All right. Hold on, guys. Hold on, guys. 1 second, please. We got breaking news. Breaking news. Hold on. Sorry. All right, guys. Sorry about that. Appreciate being here. We got some interesting news to talk about on this live tonight. Appreciate you guys being here. Welcome everybody in. Crystal and Kaden, how are you? Mike M, Lemon J, and Brian. Appreciate you guys being here. I'm going to get into this live in a little bit. There's a lot to cover. I'm not going to get it all covered on here. I'm going to talk to most importantly about Donald Trump and what we know. We know a lot more. Well, we know a little bit more now on Glickstein Maxwell. Before I go, I forgot to do something here. If I don't do it, I'm so sorry, guys. I wasn't 100% prepared. So you're going to have to bear with me 1 second. I got to check all my settings here and make sure that a person is behind here taking care of everything on the back end. Aaron is not with us, but we got some mods here tonight. All right, we'll do the best we can. I appreciate you guys being here tonight. We're going to jump into this. Look, before I get into Trump being guilty, non-guilty on this Glickstein Maxwell, before we get into that, I'm going to get into something I know here. Hold on 1 second here. Something on the jail. It's going to be stuff that you guys probably haven't heard yet. I got to change seating here. Is that better? Can you guys see me okay? Can you guys see me okay? I know there's some sun. Let me lower this a little bit more. Yeah, I gotta, hold on once. Let me just clean this here. All right, we're good. All right, I noticed some glare here, guys. Man. It'll be okay in a little bit, guys. I was debating whether I was going to go outside or inside. It's actually hot as hell right now, but my wife's got some things. We're preparing a camping trip. I'm going to get into. Yeah, there is a glare. I just don't know what the hell. I'm going to try moving it. Yep, there's still a glare. Hold on 1 second here. Yeah, I'm going to move over here, guys. I am so sorry. This very rarely happens, guys, but I was... Yeah, I know, guys, the glare, and I think it's something with my... Well, it looks like it's a little bit better now, so... it could just be the glare. The sun's ready to set. I thought maybe it was my phone, but I'm going to try to get into this live eventually, guys. This is not like me, but we're going to get into it. All right. Is that better, Janine? Okay. Rough day for me, guys. Mike knows about it. Rough day. I've had a kind of a rough day. I'm healthy. I'm going to get the hell out of here and go camping. I need a break. Some good news with the homeless. We're going to get into that. If one of my mods can remind me, I want to get into that. I want to tell you some good news about what's happening here. But I want to jump in before we discuss Trump being guilty, not guilty. What do we know? Well, before we jump into that, I want to just discuss this. Ladies and gentlemen, there is on YouTube, and I can bring it up if you want. And I'm going to see if I have it on here. Hold on 1 second. I might have a photo here. Let's see if I can get to it. God, I hope I have it. Okay, I got it. Right here. I don't know if you can see it. It's hard to see it here. Very hard. There's a guy in an orange suit. Okay, it's very hard to see. Anyhow, there's a guy back. Let's go back to Jeffrey Epstein, who, remember, they said he's not alive. And for YouTube, I got to be very careful on the restrictions. I got to use the words unalive, alive, diddy, that kind of stuff. All right, they're getting really strict on that kind of stuff. There was a photo of a man, not a woman, very tall in an orange suit. Orange suit. Now, they don't dress in orange suits. He went upstairs. Hour breaking news before Jeffrey Epstein was unalive. Now, whether they did something or not, that's up to you guys. And I'm going to be showing you that. Hopefully, I can show you that in a little bit. And here's my question. All of a sudden, they got that. That minute they blocked out, 2 minutes, it's back in. We're going to get into Trump in a second. But it's a little weird. And they go on and talk about if you have kids around, guys, it's up to you guys, but you might want them to go in the other room before I talk. And if you can't handle this kind of stuff, it was a line across, straight. One line like this, and that's indications by, autopsies and the best of the best and the CSI, how it looked like somebody strangled Jeffrey Epstein. That this wasn't anything of him taking his life. Okay, that's big. What's that got to do with Trump? We're going to talk about that. Appreciate it, guys. Now, today, Ghislaine Maxwell, she spoke 9-hour conversation. 9-hour conversation. And she says there's about 150 people on the list. 150. Goes from 100, 150, back and forth. And she wants to be out. She don't want to be behind bars anymore. She says, I'm not happy. I wasn't happy in Florida. I appreciate, being in Texas and a camp where nonviolent women are at. That's fine. I don't want that either. I'm giving you all these names. I'm ready. I've spoken 90 minutes. I can tell you more, but you got to let me out. Now, Trump has trust in Ghislaine Maxwell's attorney, and here's what came out. I quote, this isn't for me. This is what I'm telling you guys, what she said. It's not up for me to comment. It's up to you guys. She said, I quote, Donald Trump had me, meaning Ghislaine Maxwell, over at Mar-a-Lago multiple times with Jeffrey Epstein and many others. She said even other presidents have attended. Bill Clinton, because they're all friends, guys. However, Trump has never been at Jeffrey Epstein, I quote, island or anything that she can see, that she was there her few times of Donald Trump, except being with his family, his wife, and at times just talking to us. This is from her. Not up to me to discuss. I'm just telling you what's being out there. I know what's going to happen. A lot of people on there are going to say, oh, yeah, BS. She's just saying that to save her ass. I'm just telling you what she has said in these 9 hours of conversation. Who are these conversations with? The DOJ, attorneys. This is what Ghislaine Maxwell has told the DOJ. She hasn't given out the 150 names yet. Between me and you, she's like a street she's like a street person being tough. Her lawyer's being tough. She's not going to give out those names until she gets zero time. For me, guys, and I'm a big Trump supporter, I would be pissed off if she gets out altogether. I would be so mad. Who am I going to be mad about? A lot of people. A lot of people. This can change everything for me. This woman cannot be out, maybe with a lesser sentence in a couple years. This is bullshit. She participated in these acts. That's just my opinion, guys. So we'll see what happens. But I just wanted to share the news that I'm sure some of you already heard about. And the news is, according to Ghislaine at Maxwell, Donald Trump did nothing. He's never been on the island. She also included, they asked her about Bill Clinton. She didn't say yes. She didn't say no. She didn't say yes, Bill Clinton was there. She didn't say no. All she said was the president now, Donald J. Trump, was never there at Jeffrey Epstein's island, and what she could see with her two eyes, never seen him with any other younger adult women from her. So that's where we're at on this early Tuesday, August. Now, could things change? She's been a liar. She lied under oath before. She could be lying now. I don't know. I still think in my heart, not because I'm a Trump supporter, I'm not saying Trump's the best. I would think that Trump doing anything like that is no way. No way in hell. And I'll go a little farther. Not because I voted for Clinton one time. I'd be very surprised if Bill Clinton did anything. In fact, I'll go even farther. I don't think any of the presidents did anything to these beautiful children. I'm not going to rule out there's 150 people. I'm not going to rule out a senator. I'm not going to rule out a governor, an athlete, a movie star. This is my opinion. Okay, now, could she be lying? Yes or no? Do you think she's telling the truth? Is Ghislaine Maxwell telling the truth? Is she telling the truth about what she sees and what she, when she was with Jeffrey Epstein when he was alive and the Epstein island? What do you guys think? Think she's telling the truth? Think she's trying to save her ass? Or she's just going to say anything to get a lighter sentence? Or what? What do you guys think? Hopefully that glare went away. Why would anybody believe her now? Lori, how are you, Lori? To say hello, Lori. Hello, Crystal, Isabel. God bless. School. Everybody's getting ready for school in some areas. Hope Isabel enjoyed her little gifts. Sorry, but Bill Clinton was his best friend. You know, I said this before, guys. If you're new to my channel, like and subscribe. Even if Bill Clinton was super friends with this Epstein, this jerk, it doesn't mean Bill Clinton is guilty. It doesn't mean any of them are. And I just don't know, but I do know we're going to get some information because things are looking a little bit more. 9-hour conversation, 150 people on the list. You know what gets me, though, is this. Before they said 100 people on the list, it was much higher. Then it went down to 150. I don't know why it's changing. Why is it going from, it was more than 150, back to 100, and then to 150. But I'm just telling you what I'm reporting from Ghislaine Maxwell. This is what she told the DOJ. This was her interview. Ghislaine Maxwell say Trump is not guilty. These are her final words. Ghislaine Maxwell said Trump is not guilty. Period. She didn't say he was a good president, he's a bad president. He's not guilty. Meaning, he's not on the list. He's not on the documents. He's not on anything. Has he had conversations with Jeffrey Epstein? Yes. Has he been to Mar-a-Lago? Yes. Has they had dinner? Yes. Have they hugged each other? Absolutely. Has Ghislaine Maxwell shaked his hand, gave him a kiss on the cheek? Yes. Why did Trump do that? Because at the time, there was no prosecution. At the time, Trump had no idea these things were happening or happened. You could be friends with somebody today. God forbid, and tomorrow they go off the boat. So this is what she's saying. And she went farther and said in her previous interview that no president was on there. However, when she was asked about Bill Clinton, she didn't say yes or no. So that's what you have here. But there's also 150 people on this list. And I think people are entitled to know. So we are getting closer releasing the list. I also want to talk about the Army Sergeant. It happened earlier today. Did you guys watch it? The Army Sergeant in custody, shooting 5 soldiers. Thank God they're all alive at Fort Stewart in Georgia. Breaking news this morning. Terrible. How the hell did he get in with a weapon? I've asked different clients and friends of mine, and thank goodness that nobody was, no fatalities or anything like that. But another mass shooting, but thank God this time nobody lost their life. So lots of these mass shootings, guys, no? Lots of these mass shootings going on. It's kind of crazy. See here. Sachin Cell, read some comments here. He's going to give her the pardon and it will be undoing. Thank you, Jesus. You need a haircut? I know I do. My wife just said it. Thank you. Big time. Appreciate that, Mr. My wife just said it. But you know what? I'm going camping. What the hell do I care? Too late to get a haircut now. I've been busy all day. That's funny. My wife just said that. Got to get a goddamn haircut. Both sides are the same side. So this here, see all this, guys? See all that? Let me get out of the way. See all that? All this. That's Jeffrey Epstein's jail. Look, let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, one's a bed spread. What the hell were they doing with 4 sheets? Why were they carrying up these sheets? 4. Thank you, Lori. Yeah, my hair is going to shit. What are you going to do? All I can do is this. All I can do is this. That's all I can do. There you go. Gosh darn it. There you go. Now we're talking. Anyhow, I don't want to get off the topic too much, but in other news, lots of these mass shootings happening right now. And, you know, Army, Sergeant in custody, shooting, get in there. Probably had some suffer from mental illness. We had shootings last week in Nevada. We had shooting in the guy from Las Vegas going over to Manhattan, gunning down and losing 5 people losing their life. There was a shooting in Georgia on Sunday. Young kids, one young man lost his life. There was, I believe, a shooting in California yesterday. It's like every day. Every day there's shootings. But let's get back to the Epstein. This was his jail. And I'm going to move away. You guys count them. There's one on the floor, one on the bed, one over here, and there's a guy, it looked like a man, it could have been a woman, but very tall, with an orange suit. Now, if you want to watch that, it's all over YouTube. Just put in latest video, Jeffrey Epstein, and a suspect walking up to Jeffrey Epstein with a suit, tall, not short like me, carrying an orange, looked like to me an orange suit. What the hell was he doing there? What was he doing there? Why was he there? Hours before he was deceased. Can I say that on YouTube? Deceased. Hours. And now they're saying all this time now, it was a straight cut here. It wasn't like up. Who knows? Still, for me, knowing a person who was held for racketeer, somebody I know from the 70s, we'll say that, organized crime, I could say that, who was in that same jail. Multiple people, gangsters, said this: no way in hell that he took his own life. No way. No way. So, you know, that's up to you guys to think how that can come into anybody in politics. You know, why? Is there somebody who wanted him not with us, unalive? I can say that, unalive. I got to be careful on my wording because YouTube has its rights on here, and they've changed some things, and they should. It's a privilege to be on here, so I got to be careful on the wording. But that's where we're at. It's a little odd to me all these years, and now all of a sudden Maxwell's talking. Trump's not guilty. Clinton could be. Now he's not. 400 was on the list, then 200, then 100, now 150. Lots of things are changing. I've talked about Trump. I'm a Trump supporter. He's fumbled the ball. He ran a little bit on the campaign saying we're going to expose it. Kept his word. Pam Bondi fumbles it. They're not going to discuss it. We don't have any Epstein files. Then we have them. Then we don't have them. Then we have them. Now the DOJ. Then they go to another. Now she goes from Florida all the way to Texas in a nonviolent camp. It's a camp with nonviolent people. I don't know. It's crazy. Totally bizarre. It's almost like, I'll give you my opinion. Before I do, let me read some comments. I'm going to give you my opinion what the hell happened here. Appreciate you guys being here tonight. Thank you so much, moderators. Mike, Janine, Crystal, Isabel, Lemon J, Mike M, and everybody I think I said. Lori Wagner, thank you so much for being here. Now, make sure you have the notification, guys. I'm going to be camping tomorrow night, hoping that Maribel could spend the night. We're going to have some good fun. I'm going to talk a very important. We're going to talk more about this, but also we have a surprise that we're going to be talking about on one of those days. We'll be here a couple days. Make sure you have the notifications on. All right. So, what I think is going on here is this. I think both sides, government, period. See, I don't consider, here comes the booze, I don't consider Trump government. So I want everybody to stay with me. Trump is a one-man only. Trump don't give a crap about his own team. I love Marco Rubio. People get rid of him. He doesn't care about billionaires. He's made that already. He stated that, right? He doesn't care. He will fire anybody at any time. He will probably fire a family member. He doesn't care. He is fighting for America. He's one of a kind. Is he perfect? No. Has he fumbled? I talked about it many times. Is he perfect? No. But he's not government. And that's why they try to assassinate. You guys understand? That's why they try to take him out. But here's what happened. He ran his campaign on closing borders, making it perfect. It's perfect. No tax on tips and overtime. Big, beautiful bill. Done. Child tax credit. Done. Hybrid card, Mike M. Done. Rebates for tax, gasoline cars. Done. No tax on Social Security did not happen. However, I think it's going to be around $6,000 for people over 65. Done. Helping homeless, that we do. Done. Less homeless. Working on implementing mental health. Almost done. He's almost perfect. He's fumbled the ball on this because he felt it wasn't that important. But I think he was going so fast. I've said this multiple times. He was driving a Lamborghini. His communication with Pam Bondi wasn't the best. Behind closed doors, he would admit that. He will not admit it to us. So he, and I think also, he probably knew that Bill Clinton was involved. Hold on. Let's not be CNN and add words onto me. Known that he was guilty as far as Epstein giving big money to the Clinton Foundation. However, that doesn't make Bill Clinton guilty. But he knew, because I think he likes Bill. I think Trump actually likes Bill Clinton. Hillary, no. And I think he has a lot of respect, and that's why he didn't want to point fingers at Hillary with the Russia, and the hoax, allegedly, for YouTube, allegedly hoaxed by Barack Obama. So he had a heart. He has a heart. He had a heart for Biden. You guys don't understand he has a big heart for Biden. You guys are saying, what are you drinking, Sal? He could have buried him in a debate. He could have demolished him more. He didn't. Trump has a big heart, guys. And I think he didn't want to open up a lot of crap. And he probably knew some Republicans were on the Jeff. Let's face it. My MAGA, let's be honest. Probably a few MAGA Maybe not working for Trump anymore. Maybe they are. We're on that island. Maybe they didn't do anything. Maybe all they had was some water. Maybe they had a drink. Or maybe they participated. And if they did, those pieces of shit, whether the Republican or Democrat, male or female, black or white or Hispanic, they belong behind bars forever. So I think he was a little worried. I'm not saying that's good, Trump. And that's what happened. Now he's probably saying, okay, it's important for everybody. Maxwell says she wants to talk, let her talk. Now the problem is, she's a liar. She's been a pathological liar. She's lied under oath. So we don't know how much we can believe. Maybe she's telling the truth. 20%. Maybe she's telling the truth on Trump. Maybe she's telling the truth on Clinton. Maybe she's telling 80% of the truth. Or maybe she's lying. Now, if she is lying, it still doesn't mean that Trump is guilty. Or Bill Clinton's guilty. But I know this. We know this. Well, we don't even know this. According to Maxwell, there's 150 people on the list. According to Jeffrey Epstein's lawyer, Derkowitz, is it Derkowitz, Lemon J? He says 100. All right, 100, 150. Oh, that's a difference. Who are these other people in the chat? Let me ask you guys. Who were the other people who encountered these horrific acts of these young ladies? Even, according to Derkowitz, that's some volunteer. Okay, maybe they did. They're still creeps. They're still creeps. But the ones who didn't volunteer, young, beautiful ladies at 14, 15, 16, who were these other 150, 100 people? 100, who are they? I've talked about this many times, guys. And I still think Nancy Grace, if you want to go to Nancy Grace does a good job on her YouTube. Shout out to Nancy Grace. Nancy Grace has the footage of this man, about 6'2", not red, orange, walking up to Jeffrey Epstein. You guys can watch it, and you can judge for yourself. If you don't want to watch it now, I'll show it tomorrow. It's on YouTube. It's all over, and it shows. The only thing I have is this little photo here. I can't, on this vertical, make it out too much. The only thing I have is it this here? Nope. Oh, right here. So I don't know. Can you guys make that out? It's hard to make it out, but you can see over there on the right, that's a man there. Could be a woman. I think it's a man going up there. Going up where? Going up to Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah, it's hard to make it out. I would have to go on. I don't want to be there. We don't want to be there. Alan Dorchowitz, yes. Baldwin, thank you. I don't trust that guy either. I'm sure he's a nice guy. I don't trust him. Lawyers are meant to lie. No defense anybody a lawyer on here. I have a cousin who's a lawyer. But they're meant to lie. I don't believe everything out of his mouth either. As people are saying in here, just show us the list. Yeah, why not? That's her. She looks happy. Got her teeth whiting. Her teeth nice and white. Get me out of here. Let me out. Pardon me. I want out. Get me out. Should we pardon her? Should Donald Trump, I'm being honest, guys, I'm not laughing. Should Donald Trump pardon this woman? What do you guys think? Hit the poll. Hello, Sherry. Now, if you're here the first time, appreciate you guys being here. Like and subscribe. Let us know if you're new, where you're coming in from. We are live every day, talking the top stories and headline news, the world of Trump, the world of Clinton's and Hillary, all of them. Most of them I don't trust, and the Barack Obamas. South Africa in the house. What's going on in South Africa? Appreciate you guys being here. Let me check our poll real quick. Yeah, 11%. What's the word on the streets? Appreciate you. Thank you. I like the wig too. They're telling me I need a haircut. Darn right I do. Shave that shit right the hell off tonight. What's up, Jersey? What's happening in Jersey? What part? Appreciate you being here, Jersey Baldwin. El Salvador. Whoa. No, I don't want to be in El Salvador prison. Forget about it. No way. We don't want to be there. That's where Maxwell belongs. My opinion. She don't belong in a camp. She doesn't belong in a camp. But that's where she's at. Lisa, what's going on, Lisa, in Georgia? Send me Georgia peaches over here. Yeah, I gotta tell you guys, this is the biggest, craziest, upside down story ever. I mean, it's up there with JFK. I mean, you could talk to 10 people, and 10 people are going to give you 10 different stories. Randy, what's going on, Randy? In other news, Trump has now approached and talked to Putin. Again, telephone conversations with Putin and Trump, trying to end the war, trying to settle that. That's going on too. So we got that going on. Trump trying to make peace and wars. We got rebate checks hoping for the tariff tax. It might happen. It might not happen. If it does happen, it will be this year. The amount, I'm hearing people on the internet are saying it could be 1,000. I'm hearing 600. We got that going on. That's good. Send us the fossils. Send us the 600. A lot going on. And it's Epstein files. But at least we're getting somewhere, I guess, right? We're getting somewhere. Maybe Epstein Maxwell will slip. Maybe and show something. You know what I mean? Maybe she'll slip in a reporter. Maybe she'll show something, right? Maybe she'll show something. Thank you for the floating heart, Laura. Appreciate that. Thank you. Thank you so much. Why did it go away so fast? Why did it go away so fast? I couldn't. Was it Laura? Thank you. Appreciate that. Is Adrian Nunez in here? Did I see Adrian pop in? Adrian, you in here? Thought I seen Adrian. Adrian is in here. Hey, if I missed you guys, the chat's moving really quick tonight. I appreciate all 442 of you who's ever hitting those hearts. Thank you so much. Again, we are covering up-to-date live events happening. Right now, we are still covering the Maxwell situation. If you're just coming in a little late, these are not my words. Ghislaine Maxwell told DOJ, and I quote, Trump never did anything. He's actually not guilty. Have I met him? Yes. Have I kissed him? Yes. On the cheek. Have we been to Mar-a-Lago? Many times. He's a nice gentleman. Has he been to the Epstein Island? Laura, thank you so much. I see it now. What a beautiful rose. Thank you so much. Right, thank you. So, He's innocent. Not according to me. According to the words that are coming out of Maxwell. That's up to you guys, and it's going to be up to the DOJ, the FBI, and what they decide on evidence as far as our president goes of the United States, our 48th President Donald Trump. Now, as far as Bill Clinton, yeah, I'd like to know. But I don't think so. I don't think he's on there either. We really need Trump to take care of everything that's going on. Not that this is not important. This is a shame that what happened. I really feel for the you imagine, I want everybody to think about this for a few seconds. Having a son or a daughter, in this case, a daughter, who's now probably what? Say she was 14 at the time. Now she's in her 20s. Who went through this? Very bad. Adrian, thank you so much. Appreciate that. Sal's the most passionate YouTuber. Laughing out loud now. Thank you very much. Appreciate that donation. Helping out the homeless. Now, I want to talk about the homeless, too, real quick. Donald Trump, it's working. So if you guys like, next week, I'll go live and show you they're putting rails downtown where the homeless, excuse me, are very highly elevated. Not many. Where are they at? Where are they at? Well, some of them got into some nonprofit. Trump is working on all states, trying to get them on mental health and doctors, not just to get them off the street and forget about them, to get them in a facility. And believe me, I will be on the team of Trump. Well, who am I? They don't know who they're messing with. Even though I voted for Trump, if I don't see an improvement, and I don't see these homeless, now again, they have to get the help. Trump only could orchestrate and implement to the states. Then the states need to build it, and then the people need to get the help. Trump can't help them, but I want to at least see a buildings, an old casino, a baseball stadium, other states, and utilize that. I mean, enough's enough. These people need help. I'm tired of hearing, oh, they got mental illness. Let's help them. But they got to want help. So appreciate it. Yeah, a lot of mixed opinions on homeless. That's fine. I understand. I'm reading the. I get it all, guys, and I'm already going to beat you to it. I talk to these homeless, and there's a lot of them. There's who just are lazy. Mental illness is big, but we can go on and on. How about a cup of coffee, cream and sugar? Yeah, Adrian. I talk to them like I would talk to you, Adrian. You know me for many, many years. That I would talk to my cousin, my wife, my kids. They want to be treated like a human. Now, my wife had a homeless today. Shout out to Maribel. She did things different. My beautiful wife. She did something different. Okay? She took a homeless into the bagel. She took him in. They were like looking. So what are you looking at? She brought him in. She got him a bagel. She bought a bunch of bagels. We gave them out today. And she asked him why he was homeless. I don't do that. My wife wanted to know. And you guys can watch the video and he'll tell you why. Laura, thank you so much. High five, fist bump. Appreciate those donations tonight. Thank you. You and Adrian helping sponsoring today's live. I appreciate all of you and all the moderators and each and every one of you is on here helping out when you can. 100% of these proceeds can help me and Maribel continue these bagels, ham and cheese, empanadas, sausages and peppers, and coffee. You want a coffee? So, now Mr. A is the number one chat tonight. Thank you, Adrian. But anyhow, going back to my wife, that was her approach. She's part of this. And she says, what happened? And his response was, he got hurt. He got, in his job, injury. And I guess she left it at that. She didn't want to go on and on with a longer interview. And it happens. A lot of people, they get hurt on job. They get fired. Maybe they have a lawsuit. I'm not saying he was one. All of a sudden, they don't have no family and they're on the street. So, guilty. Is Trump guilty? No, he's not guilty. I put guilty on there with the question mark. And Trump, as according, not to me, but to Ghislaine Maxwell, he's not guilty. He's not guilty. He's not guilty. Meaning, he wasn't on the island. He didn't do any of these horrific acts. Bagels and burritos for the homeless, Mr. Fozzles. Thank you so much, Adrian. Stop it. Appreciate it. Mr. Adrian coming through with the donations tonight, and Laura. Appreciate both of you. So, high five to Laura and Adrian. Thank you so much. Appreciate you, Adrian. Everything you've done. And motivate me and to get me started on this YouTube. We appreciate you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, everybody, for being here. All the moderators. The young and the old. The young and the old. And ones in between. Matthew says Trump is a felon. That is your opinion. Appreciate you being here. And you have all that right. You know, that's your opinion. You weren't like disrespectful. Disrespectful is saying harm on any president. That's harm on Biden. He wasn't a president, but there's nothing wrong with anybody, you know, with their own comments. I disagree 100%. That's up to you guys to you know, what you think on this. I mean, we are getting closer. August 15th is coming up, and that's going to be where she, Ghislaine Maxwell, this woman right here, her right here. How do you have that kind of white teeth in prison? Anyhow, that woman there, she will be releasing up to 150 names. Adrian, thank you so much for your support, coming on for a few minutes. Well, more than a few minutes, and your super chats and your donations tonight and the previous nights. We appreciate you. Thank you so much. Have a great night. I'll see you soon. Yeah, off to the camping, Adrian. If you can make it, we're going to be live. We're going to do something totally different one of the nights. So make sure you have all the notifications on. Appreciate you, Mr. A. Lemon J, thank you for being here as well. Yeah, I mean, all different. Hey, you guys have all your. Everybody has their own thoughts on this. You know, there's people on here who think that Trump is guilty no matter what. I mean, he can go on a lie detector. People are going to still think he's guilty. You know, simply not true. There has never been any, and I've always said this. So let's just pause something for a second. Let's just pause. If Trump was guilty of Nacho Pancake, thank you so much. Appreciate everything you do and helping out in this channel and Fabian's channel. You're one of a kind. Thank you. If Trump was guilty, the Biden administration, Biden was too old. He had no clue what he was doing. But Kamala, Nancy Pelosi hates Trump. Bernie Sanders does not like Trump. They would have said this. They would have said, hey, we have Trump's name. We have accounts at the island. We have videos. We have flights. We know Trump was there. And even if he was there, which he wasn't, that does not make him guilty or Biden, Barack Obama, Bill Clinton, anybody, just for being in an island. It just means he was curious. That's up to you guys to call him whatever you want to call him. But he wasn't. They would have brought it out. They would have said, hey, right before right after the debate of Kamala and Trump, they would have came out and said, okay, Trump won 2 debates. One was a knockout first round. The other was a knockout third round. Trump's going to be the president. He's going to win all the swing states. We all seen this, right? I did. They would have came out and said, whoa, 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 whoa. Time out. Time out. We want to talk. We have evidence of Trump. But the Democrats never did it. Not even AOC. Not even Gavin Newsom. No one, as we got 81 likes, has come out. So you can rule Trump out. We're not going to rule out the other 150 people. Or rule him out. There's no evidence. Actually, I'll even go a little farther. Even if she came out and said that Trump was guilty, but she didn't. Even if she came out and said he's guilty, okay. What do you have? What do you have? We want to see it, so. Now, what you could argue with us, or argue with me, excuse me, and saying, well, I don't trust Glickstein Maxwell. Lord, thank you so much. You do not have to do that. Appreciate those donations. High five, fist bump, my friend. So that's where we're at. He's not guilty, according to Maxwell. 9-hour conversation. The truth. The truth. Only thing you can argue is this. Is she telling the truth? That's up to you guys. I don't know. I would say maybe a little bit. We'll have to see. We will see. Lie detectors? I don't know. Ardell, how are you? Yeah, Ardell, I'm sorry I'm a little late. I apologize, everybody. I know a lot of you don't care about me, but allergies. Long day. My work, fighting for the homeless. If you're new, we fight for the homeless. I had a couple other little issues with the power in my garage not working, and I'm trying to get ready to camp. I just thought this was important to cover it. It's bothering me a lot. I wanted to unravel this, and then when I heard about this 6'2" person in orange jumpsuit in prison, and hearing about people that served at that time, majority of people think that he did not take his own life. I'm referring to Jeffrey Epstein. I thought it would be great to talk about. If you want to see any kind of footage, you can go on there after this live. I will show, if you really want to see it, I can put it on. Nancy Grace has great coverage of this 6'2", looks like a male, walking up hours before Epstein was pronounced deceased. The question is, was it a homicide or unalive? Or unalive? That's the question. And there's a couple different videos out there. Some will say it was all made up, AI. I don't think so. It was certainly somebody heading up to his jail. And you don't walk up in jail. You don't walk and carry. They're in a hamper, or they're in a help me out. Anybody been in jail? You don't hold them in a hamper, right? It's a hamper. You go up in a hamper. You don't. So because they're trying to say that he was carrying orange suits. You don't carry the orange suits. He was in an orange suit. Who is he? I don't think we'll ever know. I don't think we'll ever know who that person is. All right, so if anybody's been in jail, you know they put them in a hamper. They don't, and when they exchange, when they give you an orange suit, I gotta get back to my, sorry guys, I'm in a rough seat. When you're in jail, When they give you sheets, you return your sheets. Something's given back. All right? You don't just receive. There's multiple suits over here. Look at this. Look how many laying there. So, what's that got to do with all this? Well, it's got to do with this. It's got to do with, did he take his own life? Or did somebody else take it? And I know from a very reliable source, somebody who's in jail with him, that I know, in his opinion, for racketeering charges, who got out, said no.
I leave you charcoal in the trunk. I hope it'll rain.
Oh, you got the grapefruit? Maribel says hello, hello, hello. Way too many sheets. Yes, one time, Maribel. So you're talking like you were in jail. Yeah, one time. Yeah, Janine. I mean, this has nothing to do with Trump or Clinton or the list. Let's separate that. Stay with me. It just has to do with, there's more to it. And by the way, there was a former, Lemon J, I need your help. Lemon J, you here? Dylan! No, I don't like it. Welcome in. Was he Italian? He was an Italian police officer. Anyhow, I believe he was a police officer, Lemon J. If you want to put his name in, who was in his jail up until the night before, Lemon J. We'll wait for that. And thank you, Lemon J. It was somebody who served. I think he was a police who killed other police, or he did something bad. I think he was a former police who was Italian like me. And he was in his cell. And I say that, why am I bringing this up? It could have been him. They changed him to another cell. So a lot of different stories unraveling here. It's a shame because these parents, these young ladies want answers. I want to check the poll out. Now, poll, Maxwell pardon, 13% says yes. That's low. That's low. I think I'm in that 13%. 14% now. I don't think a pardon will happen. You think a pardon will happen, Lori? Christ, Jesus is coming. Amen. Joshua, 13% are sick. You think so, Ronald? Laura says no pardon. Yeah, thank you, Laura, once again, all for donations and being the number 2 top fan. You and Adrian. Forget about it. Yeah, you won't see a pardon. It would destroy. It would hurt Trump legacy. It will not happen. At least I don't think it will. Lighter sentence, unfortunately, yes. Thank you, Laura. Thank you so much. Beautiful Rose. I'll right back to you. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Paul, what's going on, Paul? Trump will never pardon Maxwell, ever. Yeah, I don't see it happening, Paul, at all. I've said this multiple times on other lives. I think what you might get, if they feel that she's giving out 150 names and 70% is accurate, I'll let her sentence 5 years. I guess I will have to, who the hell am I? But I guess well, it's hard. Hold on. I guess the parents would have to digest that. At least they know more information. But she should not get more than 5 years lighter sentence. Yeah, I hear you, Jay. Yeah, I mean these parents, man, it's got. I was gonna say this. You imagine that's a shame. You imagine the family, guys. You know where we are talking about this on this live. You know, you guys are watching other lives and you're hearing some of these videos, and it's got to be rough because they're probably saying, "Here we go again. Do we trust the government? Do we trust the Democrats? Do we trust the Republicans? We trust this one. We thought we trust Trump. He fumbled the ball. We still trust him. You know, a lot of stuff's got to be there. But most of all, Rosemarie Burns. Hello, Rosemarie. Appreciate you being here and your comment. Yes, thank you for your comment, Rosemarie. Appreciate you being here. It's got to be driving the victims, the families. Oh, thank you, Lemon James. Sorry. It's Mark. What's that? Cottisfield. Is that what the cop's name was? That was in his prison for a week or two? And Jeffrey Epstein? It's got to be rough. And now they're getting their hopes up. You know, to think, oh, well, maybe we're going to get some names. I would want names. If it was my daughter, God forbid, I'd want to know. Okay. AKA Marty. Thank you, Lemon J. Kaylon, how are you? Good to see you tonight. Viva Trump. Not Las Vegas. Yeah, I mean, I'd be devastated right now. I would be like, hey, what the hell's going on? You tell me a list, you tell me no list. The last administration said there's a list and this, that, whatever. Now you got this woman transferred to another camp. And she's saying there's 150 names. She said 100. Thank you, Lemon J. I mean, I will say this. Yes or no? If there's 150 more people on this list or documents, I like to say documents list, who are they? And I'd want to know. I want to know who the hell was, you know, with my child, who participated. We know who the ringleader. We know who this piece of crap Maxwell. We know Jeffrey Epstein's not with us. Well, some say he is, but let's assume he's not. Who are these other people participating? I want justice. Who are they? Located. They work at a grocery store. Are they playing baseball, basketball, playing golf? Maybe they're bowling. Maybe they're in a rock band. Maybe they're playing music, rap. Who is that? Who is she? Who is he? We want to know. If it was your kids, you want to know what the hell's going on. Years gone by. You know? People want to know about the JFK. Martin Luther King. Donald Trump. July 13, 2024. I want to know about that. I can't believe they're not unraveling that. Or maybe they will. I say that multiple times. How come we're not hearing about that? Now, I thank you guys for being here. If it's your first time here, let us know if you're new. Like and subscribe. All notifications for any of your YouTube channels you might want to watch. So you got the notifications knowing when they are live. Welcome NGM. Great comment, Eric. I agree, Eric, and thank you. Eric, if you're just coming in, I've said that about 10, 15 minutes ago. Thank you, Lori. Yes, we do. We feed the homeless when we're able to. With lots of help from everybody on here is what we do. Let's see here. Jimmy the Jaw from Philly. What part? Northeast, South Philly. Jimmy the Jaw is in the house. Bullets, 4108. He's here. I hear you, Bullets 4018, but does that make him guilty of any of these charges? Or Bill Clinton? There's been tracks that the Clinton Foundation had money from the Epstein. But does that make Bill Clinton guilty? No. Not in the court of law. That's where a lot of times we get mixed up. What is that? Yeah. What is it? Hold on.
You have batteries? This one?
Yeah, what do you need it for?
For my can opener. Do you have?
I don't know. I have to think about it. I don't know if I have it. You know, and here we go again. What I want to know is, sorry guys, my wife was asking me something. We're getting ready to go camping tomorrow. Here's my question. These 150 people supposedly on the list, even if there's 150 people on this document, here's my question is, well, who's guilty? Okay, you have documents of these people. What's on there? Okay, they're on the island. What did they do? They had a snow cone. Okay. They had a glass of water. Good. They had their arm around a young lady. Okay. Disgusting. But was there any kind of sexual contact? Then we go. We got to block out the video of these women, young ladies at the time. We got to know. You're on the list. What happened? Maybe they went there to have a beer. Maybe they're curious. Bad, in my eyes. I don't like it. Doesn't look good. But they're not guilty. You have to have evidence. And she could come out all the time and say, well, I have Joe, John, Sal, this one, that one. I don't know. I would assume that her lawyer, hold on, guys. A vehicle, thank you so much. And Laura coming through again, being very generous on this station. Thank you so much. High five, fist bump, and vehicle, appreciate you. No, there hasn't been any evidence, vehicle, or any tracking at all from Democrats or Republicans or anybody. Even the Trump haters that Trump was there. I'm just saying if he was. I'm just making a conversation. If anybody, I'm just saying these people on the list. We just don't. The only thing her lawyer might have, here's what I think's happening. Excuse me. What I think's happened is this. She might have some photos, cell phone footage, maybe blur it out a little bit. There must be something for her to go from Florida to Texas and her wanting to be out, to serve no more years. She served 3. And for them to be discussing this and talking about it, and even Derkowitz, whatever the hell his name is, sorry for his pronunciation, I'm very horrible, but for him to say 100 people, but he said there's no president on there. These were his words. But they're going to have some videos, something that they can, with all this AI, they can make it clearer and that. And I don't mean AI like putting people in, taking people out. What they need to do is take those young ladies. We don't want to see that. Family don't want to see that. Nobody wants to see that. We want to see the people. I want to see. And then that'll put this to somewhat a rest. 150 is a lot of people. MBL, thank you. That's been a lot of people's questions, vehicle. A lot of people is asking that same question. And then the question was about the Democrats not saying nothing. Not just any Democrat, not even any AOC. And Pelosi. Pelosi hates Trump. Bernie Sanders don't like him. Bill Clinton likes Trump, so that can go either way. But the rest of them, MBO is chicken nugget. That's right. Thank you. Make sure you come on live. We'll be camping. I think you enjoy that. Thank you, Dan, for your comment. Janine says, hello, chicken nugget. Yeah, we're gonna have, I think we'll have fun. Oh, wow, 105 likes tonight, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. I appreciate each and every one of these. I really do, guys. Thank you so much. There's the president behind me. And he is not perfect, but he is once again, in my eyes, and for a lot of people's eyes, even the Democrats, he's guilty on, stand corrected, non-guilty on this situation. Ashley Marie, not perfect. Psychopath. That's your comment. Hey, Eric, I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Hopefully you enjoyed yourself. Be free to interact with each other. We'll stay live a little bit longer if you guys want. For all you guys in the East Coast, I know it's getting late. Appreciate you guys. We'll stay live a little longer. Oh, Richard Logan. Thank you. It worked out good. I watched everything. All right, Sal, too much information. It was good. Wore a bathing suit. It worked out good. Water. It was hot. The question is a shower when I camp. I got a shower. Hanging on a tree. Water comes down. Has soap. Wash whatever hair I have left. Worked out good. Yeah, so you can't make this out. And I got the TV covered, but there's a guy in an orange suit there. And he's walking up to Jeffrey Epstein. So there's more to that. Homicide, not alive. I have questions on that. I don't want to be there. Thoughts on Trump? Michael Francine, yes, he was. So Michael Francine was not in his cell, but he was there for at that time. Who I know pretty good, but he wasn't in the cell, but he was in that area. He's one of the former mob guys back in the racketeer charge. Anyhow, he was there at that time. And in his eyes, in his opinion, he agrees with me and a lot of people that it was a form of homicide. Somebody took him out. That doesn't mean he's correct, but he was there. They hear, they listen. So, but yeah, thank you, Lemon J. Yeah. Richard, read your message. Thank you for your comment. Appreciate that. And Lori. Laura, thank you for the floating heart. Thank you so much, guys, for being here. Yeah, I mean, in my opinion, if people can disagree all day long, that's the great part about. I mean, that's great about America. I mean, that's pretty much what Trump's freedom of speech. You can like Trump, support Trump. He's your president, Trump, but you can disagree with him. And that's like that in anything. You can love your husband, love your wife. You can't always agree. These are my opinions. I think Trump's innocent on this, but I've called him out. I think he likes to move a little fast. Nobody's perfect. Still a lot better than the other side. Think about this. It's much better, even with Trump saying no fouls, there's fouls. Okay. We talked about it. Fumble, right? Multiple fumbles. 2-3 fumbles, right? But he's still going to win a championship. My Philadelphia Eagles have fumbled the ball a couple times. They still won a championship. Trump is going to win the championship. And I seen that, Laura. Thank you. Sending 100. Appreciate it. Thank you so much. Jan, how are you? And on the other side, I'm hearing people say, well, Biden's on the list. Oh, man, Biden wasn't on the list. Let's be honest, guys. Because I hear people, MAGA, oh, man's on the list. No. Biden didn't know what the hell he's doing. He was a bad president. We can go on and on, but I don't want to. But he was on the list. So anyhow. It's crazy what people decide to bring up. JFF88, what's going on? The person who should be looked into going to that prison right there, you guessed it, and she's a female, no disrespect, is Hillary Clinton. She, in my eyes, not for the Epstein, maybe, but for that part of that ringleader of Russia and them interfering and making up. It's one thing, ladies and gentlemen, saying, oh, I lost because of Russia, or I think Russia. Laura, thank you so much. Coming in strong and help sponsoring today's live. It really is great. It's great in all ways. Helping out the homeless. Thank you so much. Appreciate you guys. But for her to go as far as erasing those emails and her and Barack Obama and the rest of them saying, we're going to go ahead and start a quote unquote, allegedly, a hoax on interference with Russia. It's one thing saying, well, it wasn't fair. Let's go over the cast of voting. Like Trump did, that kind of stuff. Which I was pissed on Trump too. Oh yeah, when Trump lost. I mean, I thought they cheated. But guys, I'm real. At the same time, give up on it, Trump. You remember he went on and on. But anyhow, this is a little different. This is saying another country in Moscow interfered and made it up. I'm sorry, but that shouldn't be a slap on the wrist. There should be some kind of held responsible for that, in my opinion. And Barack Obama, if he was involved, we don't know. Laughs, how are you, Laughs? That's just my thoughts. Rask Video, thank you for being here and your comment and your thoughts. Everybody has the right to their own comment. MAGA with hearts and MAGA. Mr. Jones. Mr. Jones. Remember that song? Sahara, welcome in. Appreciate you guys being here. If you're new, like and subscribe, as everybody can come in here and just be respectful. No hate and threats on anybody on here. First and most all, threats and on any president, not just Trump, any of them. Former Biden, committee, Barack Obama, no threats. Won't put up with it. Thank you so much. Otherwise. Reading your comment, Rask, and Joseph, and me, you. And Michael Rodriguez stops in, says Trump's all over the files. If you're in for the first time, we are discussing that right now. There's 150 names. Trump, according to Ghislaine Maxwell, told that Trump is not guilty, has no evidence, have not seen him with any young ladies or committed any of these crimes, alluding to the Epstein files. She spoke for 19 hours. Excuse me. It's been a long day. 9 hours. And I quote, Trump is not guilty of any of these crimes. Have I came in contact with him? Yes. Have I even as far as a kiss on the cheek? Yes. Have I, him and Jeffrey Epstein, talked to him? Yes. Has been on the island? No. Oh. Laura, thank you. I will. If I see you, we'll have fun at the camp. And if not, thank you so much for your donations tonight. Uh, greatly appreciate it. It's not unnoticed. Thank you so much. Greatly appreciate it. Thank you, Laura. Thank you. You and Adrian. Appreciate you guys. And anyway, if I missed anybody, I apologize. Thank you so much. I love that comment from our loyal moderator, long-time subscriber. Love that comment. Change starts when conversation begins. Yeah, that's a great comment. Maribel loves that. Great comment from Janine. Excuse me, Lori. Bear with me, guys. Lori Wagner. That's a great comment, Lori. Yeah, been a long day. Michael, hey, that's your comment. And, I ran into other people and friends of mine, Michael, who said the same things. I'm just here giving you what I've heard and my thoughts. Can you disagree? Absolutely. That's your thoughts. You're being respectful. You're not saying hate Biden or hate Trump or they should blank, 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 blank. So, I have no problem with those messages. That's that person's thought. But sure, I'm sure that's going, I think it was Michael, right, Rodriguez? I think that's going through a lot of people's minds. Probably even Mega's mind. But I will share this, Michael, Rodriguez, I think it was Rodriguez. And no disrespect. Here's the deal. AOC, Hillary, Nancy Pelosi hates Trump. And all the Democrats, Cory Booker, Barack Obama. I don't know. I think Barack Obama actually would have threw Trump under the bus, so to speak. Lemon J coming in through with the $20. Lemon J, thank you so much. Appreciate that. You do not have to do so much on here, Lemon J. Appreciate that. Thank you. Help us out with the next homeless. More water, more food. Thank you all for your support tonight and previous lives, videos. Thank you. Get off the green screen for a second. Thank you, Lemon J. But yeah, I mean, just because, what do we say, Michael? Oh, yeah, I hear where you're coming from, Michael. Sure, she's going to say that. I see where you're going with this, Michael. I know. I hear you. I see you. Okay? She's in a boot camp. Sure, she's going to say that. But there's simply nothing there. The Democrats had nothing. They could have buried Trump, and they didn't. You could discuss that you don't like Trump as a president. I get it. You disagree on tariffs, whatever. Maybe you're just on that one side, and that's fine. But and I will a little farther. I don't think Bill Clinton's involved. I don't think Biden's involved, and I don't know who these people are on the list. But so, Rochelle, how are you? Thank you for that. Appreciate it. That's just my opinion. Everybody has their. That's what's great about America. That's what's great about this. I mean, what's not great is parents and these young ladies, now older young adults, if it was your daughter or son, in this case, I think it was women, but we've seen it happen to men, want answers. They want relief. They want to know. They want to know if there's a big name, a senator, whatever, a president, who's on there. That's the big reason. So, all right. We'll continue here. That's her right here. Potato salad, Tyler. For me, potato salad. And I like mustard in it. Not much mayonnaise. Somebody asked about potato salad or macaroni salad. Some would say macaroni salad. I like potato salad with mustard. All right. I'm with you 100,000%, Mr. Rodriguez. Thank you, Lemon J. Thank you, PM. I got to get a cigar. Where the hell's my cigar? Got to get one. The smoke here, guys, have been better today with these fires all over West Coast. So, but I could have had one. I don't know why I didn't. Mustard all the way. Lori says, mustard all the way. Maribel makes a face. Some want mustard, some don't. Linguine and clams, Paul. Linguine and clams all day long, no hesitation. Didn't even have to think, Paul. Paul. Didn't have to think. Second would be sausage and peppers. I didn't ask you your second. I asked you your favorite. I appreciate you, Paul. Thank you. You got to laugh a little bit, guys. That's what's great about lives. That's what's great about live videos. Nothing wrong with meatballs. We can go from the Epstein files to late night movies, to old TV shows, to Italian and potato salad. That's what's great. And I got time tonight. Absolutely, Lori. Absolutely. Oh, check our poll. So the poll was Maxwell pardon. Only 14% say she'll get it. Interesting. I thought it'd be a little bit more. So I was off. Now, if you're new, like and subscribe, come on board as we have fun. You know, we discuss the hottest topics. Everyone's welcome. Speak your mind. I have no problem. I don't like any kind of threats or too much hate on anybody in here or any of the presidents or anybody, actually, you know. Thoughts on the Democrats running from Texas? Or there's no chance. There's not, right now the Democrats are finished for a while. If Trump fumbles the ball a little too, if he fumbles the ball again on something totally different, but to answer your question, no. I'm going to go a little farther. Watch out for California. It's changing. You know what it is, people? It's not a contest anymore. People are fed up. I talk to Republicans. I talk to Democrats. People are fed up. Even people will think that Trump's a hothead, this, that, whatever. They just don't trust anybody. There hasn't been anybody in the Democrat that shows any interest on helping America. There's nothing. There's not one person. Not one. Josh Shapiro? Maybe. But there's not one Democrat that I can believe that could win the House, let alone president in the next 4 years, 28, or even go a little farther. There's nothing they come out with to say they can do better. You know, they can argue about the tariff tax, and I'm not sure it's the right thing to do. I'm not. It's hurting my business a little bit. Well, why are you wearing a Trump hat? Because I know at the end of the day it's going to be good, but the other side doesn't say, well, we can do things better. They don't have a plan. And speaking of which, Trump did say we will give out maybe a 600, a little bit more, a little less of a refund if we get any of those, some of that deficit knocked out. So that would be good. So where are we at? We're with Trump. Palon, thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. Appreciate every time you're on here. You're always supporting this channel. God bless you and your family. Exactly, Paul. Exactly. Hugo, 2001. The hell with Trump. You know, people out there don't like Trump still. That's fine. But he is the president. Yeah, it's just, unless there's somebody out there that we haven't heard of, comes out of nowhere, I think it's finished for a while. I've been wrong before, but I don't see it. There could be somebody they have up their sleeve. I don't know. Kenny Michael stops in. Hello. Fires are terrible right now. They're terrible. I have to see, Lori, what happens up in the mountains here in Vegas. It doesn't seem too bad down here. But fires all over the place. We talked about that 2 nights ago. Fires. Canada. Millions of acres. Ardell, don't worry about it. Just have a good time, and thank you for being on here when you can. That's all you should worry about. We appreciate you. When the time is right, the time is right. If it's never right, God bless you. Veteran Chris, what's up, bro? What's up? God bless you. If you're a veteran, thank you so much, all veterans. Veteran Chris. If it wasn't for the men and women, we'll never forget this. On those Veterans Day, Memorial Day, 4th of July. If it wasn't for them, we're not doing a live. We're not watching TV. We're not camping. We're not eating pizza. We're not working out. They are much stronger, better men and women than I'll ever be. God bless. All right, let's continue. Veteran Chris. Hello, hello. Hello, Shelly. Hello, everybody. Appreciate it. 115 likes. Thank you so much. I got a little time tonight. Not working tomorrow, so we'll stay live a little longer. If you're able to, that's fine. If you're coming in late, we were talking about the DOJ interview with Maxwell. 9-hour conversation, and I quote, says Trump is not guilty. I met him multiple times, but he's not guilty. Has done anything wrong as far as young ladies, according to Maxwell. Now, did she tell the truth? Is she lying? That's up to you guys to decide. But we know this for a fact. Here's a fact. Democrats never brought it up. Never ever brought anything up on Trump. There's no evidence of him flying to the Epstein Island. So with that said, what do you have? Nothing. Nothing. A handshake and a kiss on the cheek to Maxwell. Okay. And a handshake and a hug to Jeffrey Epstein. I hear you, Allie, but well, she could have said, she could have said other stuff. I'm with you, Allie, but she could have said, different things. She could have said, well, he's not guilty, but we've seen him at the island. And even if he was, or Bill Clinton, or any of us on there, doesn't mean we're guilty. So she could have said other things, but I get what you're going. I look at all the angles. I know. If there's a pardon, then we have a problem. But I don't see any. Not a problem that he's guilty, but we would have a problem. Trump would have a problem with his legacy. Let's see here. There's nothing going on with that, Paul. Maybe 2. Not tonight. And, Home Depot had a few. But you said casinos. Some of the gyms. Some of the areas where they sell plants and flowers and that kind of stuff. But aside from that, it's not as bad as it is in California, what I hear. In other parts of the world. States. So. That reminds me, we're going to be talking about that. Not our next live, but within the next 2-3 days. On ICE patrol and border control and what is the solution. Well, we know the solution. Nobody's come here illegal, but is there a solution for those who've been here for 20 years plus, working on the farms? A little sneak peek what we're going to be talking about. You'd be surprised what I have to say on that going forward. On people who've been here for a while and how I voiced my opinion to representatives here. I even reached out to Trump's executives on how they handle that. You'd be surprised because it's not what you expect. We're going to be talking about that. Probably in 2-3 days. Because there's a big problem going on in farms and stuff. Trying to get people to work. But that'll be our 2-3 lives from now. Crazy though, that we're still, discussing the Maxwell and different images of somebody tall with the orange suit going up to the cell. If you're coming in late, we've been discussing that. It's all over Nancy. I was going to say Nancy Drew. Remember Nancy Drew? Nancy Grace. And I name her because she's good in what she does. on YouTube. Anyhow, and there's different footage of a person, looks like a male, bringing up multiple, not bringing up any suits, but walking up with an orange suit, and there's people saying there was multiple suits in his jail cell, right here. All right. Let's see here. I don't care what he wants to talk about. I'll talk about what I want. It's my life. But thank you for your comment. I don't care what Trump thinks. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm going to talk about it. I have no problem talking about it. Trump has a problem with what? Trump has a problem with people like Tucker Carlson and other people he's alluded to. I know what you're trying to say, but I'm going to say what I want to say. All right. Anyhow, people have their own opinion, own thoughts. Let's check out our poll real quick. So, Maxwell pardoned 14%. Yes. 86% say no. Absolutely. You know, Paul, and that's the questions I have when people doubt Trump is, and I've said this multiple times, here's where we're at now, here's where we were before. Trump has fumbled the ball a few times according to the Epstein thing. But that's about it. He's dropped the F word, so what? He puts his pen like we do. He's one of us. He's not perfect, but at the end of the day, we have a better economy. I got eggs today, $3, gas is down. Not so much here where I'm at in Vegas. Closed borders. And the list continues. Sorry, guys. I dropped this. Look, he's our president. Get over with. He's done so much. And you think about if there was any other Republican president right now, it'd be a problem. It wouldn't be as good. It'd be better than what we had. Or if we had any other Democrat, it'd be worse. Way worse. It's down. And somebody says it's not down. I'm not going to go back and forth with you. It's down. It's not down in California because of a certain governor. It's down, but it's not down because they won't open up the refineries. That's a whole nother topic. Hey, guys, I'm going to wrap things up here. Thank you so very, very much for being here. I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much, Laura and Adrian, everybody who's commented tonight. Lemon J, thank you so much. Appreciate, we got 119 likes. I have a little glare. Remember, hit all notifications. We're live almost every day. I took yesterday off. I needed a break. We talk about what's happening in politics. We take the top stories of what's happening. These mass shootings of late. Crazy weather. Yes, I will call Trump out. I have no problem. But he's still my president. And I was going to say he's better than what we have anywhere else. Thank you, Mike. Again, appreciate everybody being here. Lemon J, number one in the chat leading tonight. Thank you so much. And we will be live tomorrow. A cooler area up in the elevation should be cooler, a lot cooler. And you don't know what kind of live we're going to have. I will share this with you guys. We're going to have a little something special late night tomorrow night. The question is, will Maribel spend the night? We'll see. A little camping tomorrow night. Hey, guys, believe in yourself. Pray for the homeless. Pray for your neighbors. Pray for yourself. And let's hope they are in a better situation. While we help out the homeless on here when you can. Thank you so much, guys. Have a great night. Sorry it was a little late. God bless America. God bless you. God bless Donald J. Trump. See you on the next live. Take care. God bless. I need a cigar, Maribel. It's not bad, the fires.